Hello, my name is Geeta Sahu and I'll be taking intrusion detection system. Okay, let's start with the definition. What is this IDS intrusion detection system stands for? It is a process of monitoring and identifying specific malicious traffic. Means if any illegal thing or any attack which is happening on the traffic, that will be taken care by IDS. Okay. Now, for example, if you take examples, antivirus scanner is a type of IDS where it does the scanning of the files, folders, entire computer, disk, okay, for any kind of malware, virus, or worms. Administrator, they may use other security tools as well, but the basic thing is IDS. Okay. Now, IDS is considered as a tool that can monitor the host system changed or can sniff the network packet off the wire. Now, what do you mean by sniffing? Sniffing is basically a type of attack that means taking or stealing the information without the knowledge of the user. Okay, if a sender A is sending a data and a receiver is expected to receive, and in between, if an intercept is present, the intercept could be a type of attacker. Okay, if the intercept is present in between, it can easily steal the data. The attacker could be the attacker can be a type of active attack. It could be a type of passive attack. The attacker can play the role of any kind of attack. It could be active or it could be passive attack. When the attacker is silently listening and sniffing the data, we call it as passive attack. Okay, so IDS is also responsible for detecting these types of data. IDS can take the form of a software program which is installed on the operating system. It can take the form of hardware appliances also based on the performance requirement. Now, one example of IDS I would like to give you where it can be used in the form of a software is basically your antivirus, your scanners. It is a type of software where we try to identify some illegal things, some virus, worms, malicious things which is happening in the system, and it can be removed easily. In form of hardware appliances where we can use IDS is basically our CCTV, okay, closed circuit television. You might have heard of this. Everywhere nowadays CCTV is installed for the surveillance purpose. Okay, if any unknown person comes in the camera, it would that person would be caught easily. So it is a kind of hardware IDS, right? Now next, what are the types of IDS? There are two categories, there are two types: host based and second is network based. Okay, now what is host based IDS? It is basically for the when the IDS is installed on the host, basically to monitor the host, to monitor the device, we call it as host based IDS. The host can be a server, workstation, or any network device. Okay, the host is it could be any kind of device which has been installed. It could be a printer, it could be a router, it could be a gateway, it could be any mediator. Okay, although a host-based IDS may include the ability to sniff network traffic intended for monitored host, it excels at monitoring and reporting direct interaction at the application layer. Okay, basically the host-based IDS, it could be a type of hardware, it could be a type of software which will be installed in any of the device. Okay, once it is installed, that is responsible for identifying any illegal attack which is happening on the system, right? Now, basically, this host based IDS does the role of monitoring and reporting the direct interaction at application layer. Now, at application layer, we have learned there are various types of application attacks, right? Now, what are the different types of application attacks that happens at application layer? It is buffer overflow, file modification, okay, all these types of attacks. So host based IDS is basically responsible for taking care of these types of attacks which is happening at application layer. Okay, a host based IDS can inspect each incoming command looking for sign of maliciousness, that means sign of some illegal issues, some illegal type of attacks, or simply track some unauthorized file changes. Okay, so whatever is happening, if the host based IDS is installed on any of the device, so that device is actually acting as HIDS. Now how it works, it may be responsible for monitoring of the commands which is coming in the system. You can take example of an email. If any email comes to that device, every email would be scrutinized, it would be scanned, right? And based on that it would be judged whether this is legal type of email or it is illegal type of email. This is about your host based IDS. It is very simple. The basic meaning is, if the IDS is installed on the host part, now it could be a device, it could be a printer, it could be a router or a gateway, it is known as host based IDS. Okay, next is your network based IDS. It is known as NIDS. They are most popular IDS and they work by capturing and analyzing the network packets on the wire. How IDS, this network IDS is different from host IDS. Basic definition: host IDS where only one device at a time is involved. In case of network IDS, the entire network is involved in detecting and scrutinizing the data, okay, or looking for some maliciousness in the traffic. So network based IDS is taking care of entire network. Now when you take network, there could be many devices present at a time in the network. Okay, it could be routers, it could be switch, it could be bridge, it could be many number of hosts which would be connected by the router. So that includes one particular network. NIDS is designed to protect more than one host, as I said. In case of host based IDS, only one host is involved. In case of NIDS, there are many hosts, many devices would be present. It can protect a group of computers. Since there are many hosts at a time in a network, we would like to say it is protecting a group of computers, host, or it monitors an entire network. Captured traffic is compared against protocol specification. Okay, now what is the role of NIDS? It basically captures the data. Whenever the data comes into the network, it captures the data. It does the scanning of the data. Okay, now when the scanning is done, based on what the data is accepted and based on what the data has been rejected, they have some protocols set. Before the communication or before the data is sent on the network, the protocol is being set at the router. We call it as configurations. Okay, so this is known as protocol specification. Now there could be many types of protocol. I can take example of TCP, UDP. I can take example of IP protocol. So if I set IP protocol, it means what? Basically I'm looking for IP addresses. Okay, so I'll be writing the configuration, like the packets the packets which has IP address ranges from 10.0.0.1 to 10.0.0.255. Okay, these type of packets should only enter into the network. And this is my criteria. Okay, based on IP protocols, based on the IP addresses, only these packets are allowed to enter into the network. So this NIDS will do the scanning. If any packet apart from any of the IP addresses, if tries to enters into the system, it would be rejected. It would not be accepted. Okay. Now next, the event is logged and alert is generated. NIDS works by examining network packet traffic, including traffic not intended for the NIDS host on the network also. Basically, NIDS will take care of the network packet traffic, and it also takes care of the traffic or the data which is not been intended for NIDS. Okay, it will take both the type of data, and then it will do the scanning, and the data which is not intended for NIDS will pass it on to another network. Okay, the next, IDS follows two types of detection models, right? Anomaly and signature detection model. Now, what is anomaly detection model? Anomaly detection stands for AD. The goal of AD is to able to detect a wide range of malicious intrusion, including those for which no previous detection signature exists. It identifies and stores all normal activities that occur on a system or network, and it can alert to everything else that does not fit the normal profile. See, what is the basic meaning of anomaly detection? Means something which has been deviated from the normal. Okay. Anomaly detections are also known as profile based, behavior based, heuristic based, or statistical based. So here clearly they have mentioned that anomaly is also known as behavior based. It means, something which is getting deviated apart from the normal behavior. It is known as anomaly detection. Clearly they have mentioned anomaly detection is able to detect a wide range of malicious intrusion. Okay, it is able to detect a wide range of intrusion, means a wide range of illegal types of attack for which there is no previous detection system exist. Okay, it will take care of all normal activities, as well as it will also take care of all abnormal activities also. That is why they have mentioned it is type of behavioral. Okay, any deviation if happens, it easily identifies those type of behavior. Okay, anomaly detection has some of the advantages. Okay, they are great at detecting a sudden high value for the some metric. Means if suddenly if there is some deviation, why they have given a name a metric is for the measurement purpose. Okay, if I say there are values which is ranging between 1 to 10, right? Anomaly detection will work softly, but the moment the values rises to 20, 25, 30, there is some deviation which is which is not unique. The initial values were between 1 to 10, the range was 1 to 10. Now if I say suddenly next day the range is 20 to 30, there's a high deviation, so it is able to identify some sudden metric value. Okay, now some disadvantages, their detection on deviation from what is normal, they tend to work well in static environment, right? And here the disadvantage is whenever they find any deviation, the deviation works in static environment. But basically we want, if when the deviation works in static environment, we want the deviation should also work in dynamic environment. Okay, that is one of the disadvantage. They have a wide range of normal behavior. False positive can occur, right? When the AD triggers on something which was not captured during the profiling period. And false positive means what? Which has not been, identified as an attack, but AD identifies that this is a type of attack. So which is considered as something which has been, considered as wrong. A patient who is not suffering from malaria, but the patient has been, identified as a positive case for malaria, so that is called as false positive. Actually, the patient is not suffering from malaria, but the test patient is negative effect, but the test says it has a positive towards malaria. So this is known as false positive. Okay, so that is one of the disadvantage of AD. Next is signature detection model. Signature detection or misuse. It works by using database unknown of known bad behaviors and patterns. Okay, signature detection engine can query any portion of a network packet or look for specific series of data bytes. These patterns are known as signatures. When any pattern or any behavior has been identified, Those are known as signatures. So basically signature detection model